Hello, this is Charlene. We are going to solve a system of two linear equations using the y equals function of our graphing calculator. The first thing we need to do is make sure that both of your equations are in the y equals mx plus b format, which is the slope-intercept form. The first equation says y equals 2x minus 8. That already is in the slope-intercept form. But our second equation, 13x plus 2y equals 18, that's in the standard form. But I need both of them to be in the slope-intercept form in order to use the y equals function of my graphing calculator. So let's go ahead and convert this second equation into the slope-intercept form. So 13x plus 2y is equal to 18. Okay, I want to subtract off my 13x on both sides. So minus 13x, this will cancel. I'm left with 2y is equal to negative 13x plus the 18. And then at that point, I'm going to get rid of that 2 by dividing every single piece by the 2. So 2, 2, and 2. These will cancel, and that leaves me with an equation of y equals negative 13 halves x plus 9. 18 divided by 2 is 9. And that 9 looks kind of funky. Okay, so here we go. So now we have two different equations to work with. I can work with this equation and I can work with this equation. So I'm going to go over to my graphing calculator. I'm going to turn it on. And I'm going to go to the y equals function. Okay, so if you notice, I've actually already put these in. 2x minus 8 on the second one. If you don't know how to put fractions in, let's just practice that. Let me clear that out. So we are going to use the little negative sign here at the lower part of our calculator. We are not going to use the minus sign. So we're going to say minus. Then we're going to do alpha, green F1. That gives me the option of doing numerator over denominator, which is a fraction. So I'm going to push enter to choose that option. I'm going to put 13 in the top. I'm going to down arrow to the denominator, put a 2 in, right arrow to get out of that fraction. Then I'll go find my variable x at this button that says x, t, theta, and n. And that gives me the x, and then plus 9. So now I have put in both of my equations, and if you notice, it says y equals, y equals. This is what I call the y equals screen. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to go to the graphing screen. So I'm going to push this button over here on the right-hand side, graph, and I'm going to look at what pops up. So both of my lines are now graphing on the graphing screen, and we're going to look and see where do they intersect, because the solution to these two lines will be where they intersect. So let me go over here and pull up this one. This is a little bit bigger so we can really look closely at it and try to identify where my x and y values are. Okay, so on the x-axis, it looks like that point probably lines up with this point, which would be the 2. And on the y-axis, -1, -2, -3, -4, so maybe at -4. So just looking at it with my eyes, it looks like it is at the intersection of 2, -4. But to confirm that, we're going to use the table of points window. So on my graphing calculator, I'm going to do this blue second button and blue word table. And that is going to take me to a different screen, and I'm going to look where my x value is. My x, let's see, let me go over here. I've lost this screen here. Okay, so we're going to do, this is my x value, this is my x value, this is my y value. So I'm looking on my calculator on the column of x values, and I'm going to look for the 2. And at the point that it is x is equal to 2, I'm going to look at what are my y values. Both of my lines have a y value of -4, and that's exactly what I thought I was seeing. So that really confirms that that is my answer. So we are going to mark that as correct, and that is the solution to both of these lines that we had in our original problem. We had this line, we had this line, and this is the solution to -4. Hope that helps, and we'll see you back real soon. Click on the subscribe button, click on the like button.